If appear this video, it's because maybe you've been seeking information about that famous change, the RNE program. Maybe you right now are wondering in a lot of questions for how I can get my residency. In this video, I'm going to share with you what is those categories who give you that opportunity to get your temporary resident here in Mexico. Hey guys, thank you for being here. Yes, today I'm going to explain with you those categories, but I need to be honest with you. In this video, I'm going to share with you in general those categories, but in one YouTube live is in this explain in specifically each category. But if you never ever hear about those categories, this video is completely useful for you. I'm going to show you my screen because everyone wonder this question: what now? I know in March 14 the RNE program is changed. Nowadays the rules is more strict, and a lot of people they are not able to apply nowadays in this program because the rules are more strict. That change got surprise facilitators, foreigners, and people who in those days they were or they were planning apply in this program, but right now it's not possible. And a lot of people wonder, what now? What now? Because that program, it was my opportunity to get a residency here in Mexico. But you need to understand something. How can you still get residency in Mexico? Mexico or Mexican immigration law give certain categories. Who you fall into those categories, you can get your temporary residency. Okay, those categories it's apply at a Mexican consulate. Yes, but there exists certain categories that you can apply inside my country. I'm going to explain more about it. Yes, but I'm going to respond you this question: how can you still get residency in Mexico? Because every foreigner who know my country, who they want to live for longer time in my country, they decided this card, this famous card, the residency. Because when you got your residency, when you got this residency card, you are able to travel inside my country without problem, without worries. You can open bank and you can get your driver license between other kinds of benefits. Yes, and those categories are these: financial solvency, proposed statement, family unit, real estate in national territory, and invest. I told you, and I don't explain specifically those categories because in this YouTube live explain more specific each category according their documents, according their step by step. Yes, but what is my intention in this video? That you know those categories, because maybe you heard the common category. What is the common category? Maybe you respond that question: financial solvency. Each facilitator give you need to prove financial solvency to get you temporary residency here in my country, but exceeds other kinds of categories. But those categories they have their own level in procedure. Okay, in financial solvency, each Mexican consulate, they follow the daily minimum day wage, yes, for 300 or 5,000 daily minimum day wage. Because right now you need to understand something. It's very common that you hear in different immigration facilitator, each year the financial solvency rise. Well, you know right now the answer why the financial solvency rise each year. Yes, it's because the daily minimum day wage here in my country each year raise. The second category is about an offer. For a school, you are a student. For a government, maybe in your institute or in your work, in your company provide requiring you because your skill is not common in my country. Okay, you are able to get a proposal statement and offer job. Yes, but you need to understand something. If a Mexican company give you an offer job, is because that company is registered in the famous give me a second. Okay, that famous is employer registration certificate. Each Mexican company, they need to register in the Instituto Nacional de Migración and got their employer registration certificate. If that company have that document, they can give offer job to foreign people, yes, or hire them. Sorry. The next point is about family unit. Concubine, husband, wife, and they are able to apply for for temporary residency or permanent residency too. The point is, if you apply outside my country, that person, husband, wife, or concubine, or fiancé, they need to prove a minimum financial solvency. According, this point is 100 daily minimum day wage. Yes, they need to prove it. The children under 18 years old, they can obtain residency without proof financial solvency. In my country, about Mexican law, people under 18 years old, they consider a person who depend to the parents. Yes, if your children are up to 18 years old, would be more the scenario change, because if you prove that your children depend of you because you pay I don't know, their university, they live in your country, and you prove that that person depend of you, that your children get your residency when they fall more than 18 years old. The next point is real estate in national territory. You need to understand something. You don't need to be a residency if you want to purchase a real estate. You can purchase a real estate like a tourist. Yes, if your real estate fall in the common average about the price, according 40,000 daily minimum day wage, you are able to apply for temporary residency. Your real estate gives you a temporary residency. Okay, apart the minimum price, about your real estate, you need to give certain documents. Yes. And the last is invest. If you invest in Mexican companies, the average about those invest is 20,000 daily minimum day wage. Your invest give you a temporary residency. But I told you, each category explained in my YouTube live more specifically. Now, what is those categories who you can do inside my country? Okay, they are family unit, because maybe in Mexican consulate the main partner got the residency, yes, and that person bring their family here in my country. It's more easy for them to get the residency to their family, because the wife or the husband, they don't need to prove solvency. The children is more easy under 18 years old, I told you, and well, it's more easy. Another point is to get married. Yes, maybe this is more easy, because if you get married with someone who is residency or a Mexican citizen, you can get temporary residency for 2 years, and after you can apply for permanent. But you need to prove that that relationship and that marriage is maintained for 2 years. Yes, because you live alone your wife, alone your husband, in the same house, and another kind of document. Okay, but for get your permanent residency. But in this case, when you get married, Instituto Nacional de Migración give you 2 years like a temporary residency. And the next and last category is having children inside my country. If your children born here in Mexico, you have that opportunity to be a permanent residency. Okay, you because it's more easy, because when you register your children in the Mexican Institute, the Register Civil or Registro Civil in Spanish, and they give you birth certificate Mexican. Well, that document, when you bring that document in the Mexican consulate, and if you are maybe legal or maybe you are a tourist, like an expired permit, that born the children and give you a permanent residency. Okay, or maybe in the married, in that relationship, and born and children inside my country, well, you can get a permanent residency, and after for 2 years, and you are able to get this Mexican citizenship. Yes, but this another kind of information. But well, guys, there are those categories that you can do inside my country. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope those categories and they are completely useful for you, and maybe you want more information about those categories. I told you, explain more in this and live and YouTube live. Okay, and remember, don't lose your motivate to get your residency here in my country, because maybe, I don't know, maybe you find something here in my country who give you a lot of opportunities, maybe because you feel that positive connection in my country, maybe because my culture, you love my culture, maybe because you love the Mexican food, the Mexican people, or maybe because this country is your path. Yes, it's your path, and you want to live here for a longer time. Okay, don't lose your motivation. Maybe you can fall into those categories who I explained you in this video. Before to leave, I'm going to recommend this video, because in this video explain what is those countries who they need a visa for enter in my country, and those countries who they don't need a visa. Okay, don't confuse visa document who permit you to enter in my country like a tourist, yes, but in certain countries they need a visa. In other countries they only need to show their passport. Well, they enter more easy in my country. But well, I told you in this video explain more. Nos vemos pronto.